Hello everyone, so we are going to do September predictions, guidance, reading, whatever you wish to call it, for Aries, Sun, Rising, Sun, Moon, Taurus, Rising, Sun, Moon, Capricorn, Rising, Sun, Moon, and Pisces, Rising, Sun, Moon. These are the signs that I know I had subscribers that either are still with me or no longer with me, or they're still subscribed but don't really watch these kind of readings or subscribe for their signs, or subscribers of readings that they also do enjoy the current readings, but they have expressed on their sign reading that they've watched it at some stage, although they probably prefer the missing kids or something like that. So hopefully those of you that subscribed for mainly your sign readings, which I know is like Pisces, Taurus, you're still around. If you're not around but you're subscribed, just helping the channel, I thank you, because I think there's a couple of you that are doing that. If you want these readings on a monthly basis or quarterly, not quarterly, probably monthly, I meant to say bi-weekly basically, but a bit shorter, then I can do that. If your sign is not here and you're a subscriber and you'd like to have the monthly reading, then please let me know in the comments. And if you see your sign in the comments, please either comment underneath it or give it a like so that I can also count that as an additional vote. Okay, so I don't think I will get many views on this because some people that are interested in their sign, which is in here, might not see this straight away. I'm going to try and get it up more or less straight away, and if it is not at the right timing because of your time zone, or it's suited for mainly the US, given that that's the overall more percentage right now, then please do save to watch it at an appropriate time for you. I did say rising and sun. I did also mention moon. The reason I mentioned moon is because I believe that in the past, or there is an astrology that must be based mainly on what they believe the moon sign tells. Your moon sign, you might relate to it more in certain circumstances, feelings, emotions, internally. And so if one of these is also your moon sign, you can watch that. Because for example, you could be a Pisces sun, but you're something else rising and your moon is something else. That could mean that you could be a mix. If you're like a rising Pisces and sun and moon is something else, then you might have the strong Pisces and it might all resonate for you. So see what best fits for you and we will go into it. I'm going to start with Aries. I'm going to try and go into alphabetical order. So Aries, Capricorn, Pisces, Taurus, but I might end up moving around, like I might forget and do it Aries, Taurus, Capricorn, Pisces, which feels a bit more streamlined for me, so I'm actually going to do it that way: Aries, Taurus, Capricorn, Pisces. There'll be timestamps there for you to click on your sign, and I appreciate, should it resonate, then come back, listen to it as well throughout the month, and let me know or give it a like. So we're going to start with Aries. I'm going to put a placeholder card here so that when I'm doing timestamps, I can see the difference and I can put a timestamp after editing. So Aries, before we go ahead, I want to say that there is this lunar and solar eclipse. I believe it's going to impact Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo and Gemini the most, especially a certain degree. I don't have that degree in my sign, but I have a strong mutable energy and I believe I'm going to get effed. So if you're one of those signs, I feel you. I'm going to intuitively see what you get through that as well. What will be the main theme that comes up for you? It's there for you to then understand maybe themes that you might see during this time. So I'm also going to go into that for each sign that I'm doing, which is Aries, Taurus, Capricorn and Pisces. All right, so let's go with Aries. I just saw your card, Aries, so I'm going to pull it up. It's like it was divine. Look at that. It was like Don't mess with me. Put my card. There you go. So I might actually choose the major arcana cards. Now, Aries, this lunar eclipse on the 7th is going to be a bit tricky. You're not one of the main signs impacted, but I think it's going to be a bit mentally heavy, like mind F's. So you might have sleepless nights, you might have some anxiety and that sort of stuff. But it's, as long as you know that's what it is, I feel like you're going to be fine, because you know that. Now, I feel all of us, which I sort of said this at the beginning, are going to be overstimulated, feeling social media's too much, and maybe called to spend some time with pets and garden, and that will be a good thing. So Aries, you've got that message. That's for the collective, because I forgot that I wanted to channel that, and it's just come through. Aries, I do think you're going to get shifts in your wealth, in your home and prosperity, and I think, like I said, the mind may be quite heavy. So relax, rest and purge. The first half especially. So like, what makes you grounded? What makes you feel better? Is it like being at home? Is it out with your friends? What makes you feel better? Do that. Look after your mental and your mind health, basically, is what I feel is highlighted. I think if you find that someone's deceiving you, you are going to have no issues with letting this person go. Like, you're just like, I'm done. That's it. You're letting them go. You may want more independence in a relationship, and this could even be family or a bit of a ruffle with a family member. I think you're learning, or you have learned, to start working smarter rather than harder, and towards the second half, I think you're going to find yourself a bit more relaxed mentally. So let's say after like the 14th onwards, I think 13th is a tricky day for us all, and I went into that in the global prediction. So let's say 14th, 15th, I'm bringing it a day early so you don't feel it's too far. we've got the solar eclipse on the 21st. That should be better for us. But if you're feeling this mental heaviness and stress, I am with you, okay? So don't worry. We're all in this together, Aries. I'm not Aries dominant, I am Aries moon now. And a lot is going on. So you're going to feel more relaxed mentally, which is great. And you may have switched your routine or done something that's making you feel more like yourself. You're like less, maybe you was isolating, now you're communicating more, you're a bit more out there, you're going to be a bit more socially flirty. If you're married, don't let your partner listen to me talking this. Avoid telling any porkies in English is lies, because just like you're ready to cut someone off, it's just going to be exposed, I think. You might be looking at focusing on your health. Some of you might be like, I'm having too many 12 bars, 12's chocolate. It's funny, it's not even my favorite, but it's just come through. Or something like that, and you might decide that I'm just cutting that out. I think you will feel in these months that you are wanting to let go of something. And this could be like an old hobby or ambition, or something that you found that you used to do, but you might start thinking about it, but you might eventually let it go around early next year. And I think if you go back to around February 27th, March this year, there might be something that you find is relatable for this current period that I'm talking about, September time. It could also be, because I'm getting a lot of stress, tension, sleepless nights. It could also be something that you're doing at night that's actually keeping you up, not only mentally. Does that need to go in terms of a health thing? So it could be alcohol drinking, it might be sugary sweets. They don't affect me at night, but just in case they affect you. You might find a lovely property to rent, or finding some kind of property. There's some good news with that, something around that. I do also feel like some of you have got a passed away pet, and I think you're going to see signs, or you're going to see a pet or get a pet that is like uncannily reminds you of this passed away pet. There's something around that, and there's that energy. If you've been applying for a certain job or jobs for a long period of time that you've really wanted, I think you can hear from what you've wanted. But there's definitely a supportive energy around jobs and applying for jobs. So I want to get into your cards now. I'll just check if I've got anything else to tell you, which I think I do. Let's pull some cards, but yes, I do. Okay, so other things that I was getting is some things at home may need fixing. It looks like someone's doing some home improvements. And there could be a situation or a challenging information or delay, a change of plans, some truths that you might not want to hear. That's for some of you. It's not necessarily all of you, okay? So I wouldn't worry about that. Change in plans, delay or something. What was the other thing I was getting for you? Yeah, with that, you might get like, you might hear someone telling you some truths that you don't really want to hear. But that's only for some of you. There is also, during this month, like a curious, impulsive type of energy. And some of you might decide to, like, I don't know, start reading a spiritual book or astronomy. Something around that energy is near you. And I think you might have dreams this week. Now, they say we do dream all the time, but what I mean by that, you'll have dreams that you might remember, or they might mean something to you. I do see a rejuvenated feeling, like I said in the main themes. Like you're rejuvenated, you're feeling rejuvenation, there's more clarity by mid of the month. And possibly by coming up to this, also into the second week after the lunar eclipse. It might be around the 10th onwards. You might also be of help to someone in their life in order, like financial help, kindness, wisdom that you're doing. I'm not sure if some of you are doing like the night shift, but there is something around that this at the moment. We do get, was it Aries that, no, it was Pisces. I was getting a certain number for you, but because we've got, it's not 2 here, but you've got 2 here, you've got the Lovers, which is not a 2, forgetting with the Tarot take of the nudity. So this is where I believe like some of you have no issues with letting someone go, and there could be those decisions that you don't really want to make, that you've been complacent on here. There could be a new flirty energy that comes to you, but I do think that this is also around decisions. This is the sleepless nights that I've been mentioning that I feel some of you are having. If you're not, don't worry about it. Listen to what resonates, and you can also come back again. So there might be some of you that are actually on night shifts. I am getting someone is there. Like I said, watch your health and watch your stress is really important here. We can see with this card as well. I would say you've been avoiding getting something done, which is the complacency, I think. But there is absolutely a beautiful energy that I'm getting through of delving into your intuition is something that's coming through. It's like there's also a miracle works out for you, and it's really, really beautiful. You're looking at your future thoughts and opportunities, which means, again, decisions here, right? Decisions, choices. Now, some of you might be filing for like a claim, or a lawsuit, or thinking of filing a complaint. I do get that energy. The guidance is to watch your emotions, okay, during this time. And I think it relates to the heavy mental energy. So some of you could be feeling on point, certain point, but then with the heavy mental energy, you're feeling like you're wavering sometimes. You know, sometimes it's too much. You might feel like you want to go into isolation. But that will pass. And the future card here is the Four of Wands. So it's celebrate your energy. This could be the miracle that's coming. It's a stability in your life. It's, you know, it could even be a marriage or a wedding. That's what some tarot readers signify it for. But the stability in your life coming in, and it could be around the decisions you make, those future thoughts that we mentioned. So that's what I get for you, Aries, and I hope this was, I'm keeping them short. I think that's what you might want. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do like and give it, you might already be subscribed. If you're not, please do subscribe, and I'll see you on the next month. Obviously, if you want personal reading or any of my services, you can contact me. Take care, Aries. Bye for now. So now we're going on to Taurus. Taurus, I pulled out for Aries, well, it came out their Emperor card. So I'm just going to pull out the Empress for you, which is your card, and she's not far in. Beautiful card, and it's just the placement to let me know that that's your card. I forgot to mention on the collective that I think a lot of us might be feeling a lot quite overly stimulated by social media, and so I think we might decide to, you know, disconnect from social media and maybe spend some more time with pets in the garden maybe. Now, Taurus, what I was getting for you is there's a spark of luck. I feel like there's a major spark of luck for you. And you could be like going to a party, an event, a concert. There's like a cool energy of a gathering, communicating. You could be also feeling like a friend is not holding up their side of the bargain, or even lying to you, and you're kind of like feeling like I could actually, you basically could purge this friendship. You could decide to end it, or you could be holding a friend or friends to more accountability in terms of the friendship or towards you. There is a revelation or a realization that I'm getting on the type of community or people that you wish to engage with, hang out with. And if you're on social media, it could be collaborations that you're choosing who you want to be collaborative with or aligned with. And with that as well, I do want to add that if you are on social media, you could be holding yourself more accountable, maybe to put in posts or whatever you're doing. I think mid-month onwards, Taurus, you could also be feeling, or you could have a romantic relationship coming in. Now, this could be an existing relationship that's going to be coming in with higher standards, or it could be someone else that is going to come in with higher standards. Some of you could get pregnant, and if you are pregnant, you might find that this baby is like a past life connection. There's like a soul connection. Something will feel different. It's like a fated partnership. And this could be because of the partner that you get with or are with. I do feel you may be a bit more stressed at a certain point in time in this month. And it could be about your routine. It could be about pet. It could be about health. There's something there that's stressing you out. All throughout the month, I think you're going to be focused on money, on income. You will feel that family relationships may be feeling a bit lighter at some stage in this month. Again, I get health focus for you for some. I'm not saying that you're going to have a health issue. I'm saying that you seem to be focused on your health. And a relationship with a significant other is going to trigger you, but then it's also energizing and igniting you. I think that's a bit raw and rough. I do think you're going to be surprised by some money or finances or income that a child or a partner mentions or you come to know of. And I really get shifts and change. With that, what I mean is, like, you could be spring cleaning, clearing out. Just hold on while I do the light. So some of you are spring cleaning, clearing out. Even in terms of relationship, I get either a healthier relationship level or even your partner's in better health. Can you see how I see the health energy around? There is a focus on intimate relationships, and you seem to be carefully weighing out decisions. And this could be around the relationships. It could be around what I said, you have no issues of letting go of someone. It could even be contracts. It could be the accountability of yourself. You're weighing out and making decisions. It feels like you are very wise, like amazingly wise, but you're young at heart. It's like a reborn, beautiful, rejuvenating energy. And I feel for some of you, I've got two major arcanas here, which is interesting. I feel for some of you, you have felt a bit out of balance with your faith or with a hope. And that's because things have been quite uncertain, but things are getting clear for you. And with that, I think you might be walking away or over someone or something, like you're just so done, you're making a decision and that's it, it's your final decision. You might be perceiving something different, but the way you're going to perceive this thing is actually for the better. It's actually better. And romance, like I said, is around you. But there's also a deeper wisdom and a knowing from what comes of clarity, or it could be a decision. Decisions in love, like I said, you could be ending something. Some of you are going to have a romantic offer that comes in. And there is breakthrough basically here. This looks like absolute clarity by the time we get here. And you may have a creative spark or a breakthrough that relates to maybe music. Like you might decide you want to get back into listening to music, dance if you're an artist, a songwriter. It's actually beautiful energy. Overall, Taurus, there is abundance that surrounds you and opportunities. And you seem to be, once you get out of this, you're quite action orientated and highly creative. You're bringing things into balance where you haven't in the past, and that could be because you haven't communicated and made the decisions. This is your gathering. Get out there, socialize if you feel like. If you've been invited, go out there, do it. You're celebrating something this month. Whatever you've kept hidden, or if someone's lied to you, I think is going to come to the forefront. There's been a patience on this, and it seems like the decision has been made. You've got a lot of major arcanas here that we've pulled for you in the cards, and so I do think there's a significance about this month for you. So Taurus, that's what I have for you. I'm keeping these short and sweet. If you're still with me from the time I used to do tarot and you want these every month, please do like, comment, and I will see you in the next one, Taurus. So now we're going to move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, what I'm doing is the placeholder, but I forgot to mention something. I wanted to say that a lot of us might be feeling quite overstimulated at certain parts of this month, so it might be advisable to disconnect from, scrolling on TikTok or whatever. Have some time in the garden with your pets if you do feel overstimulated. So let's look for your card, Capricorn, so that I know I've started your reading. I was getting the number 7 for you. I didn't get it for Aries, Taurus. I got it for you and Pisces. I got a different number for Pisces, but I got 7. So I don't know if that's going to be significant for you or what it is, but I'd look out for that. Let's have a look at your card. That's your card, your placement holder. So I do think that there's going to be luck in relationships and the shifts in home dynamics. You might decide to have a conversation that you've been wanting to have for closure, or to really define a connection. And I think this could actually is refining how you communicate. This could also be if you're a writer. You could also be reading more or completing a project or assignment, something around that energy is here. Some of you could be returning from a trip or planning one. There is heavy travel energy around you, and this could be someone else that's around you. Relationships are going to be getting better, but also watch out for a rift with a family member or a loved one. They could be an older sibling, it could be a sibling, it could be anyone. I do feel that kind of energy coming in. Some of you may be wanting to venture into a new path, and that could be a change in community, people that will be around you on a daily basis. If some of you are like an entrepreneur or freelancing, you could be dabbling into a new path. And that could actually see some extra gain, investor or passive income. So that whatever you're doing around a new path, if you're an entrepreneur or not, there seems to be positive energy. I do feel like there's a heavy purging energy for you. And it's purging and then closures, which is good. You may also see you feel more structured in your thoughts after you've been able to have a discussion or purge something. I think you're going to be feeling an inner connection, or you could be speaking to a mentor or a teacher, or looking to teach or mentor or coach, or even a pastor, speaking to a pastor. There seems to be an inner connection there. If you are traveling, there is something around the travel that might not go as well. It could be delayed, something gets in the way. The worst thing is that your tickets get refunded. So I'm not talking about a plane crash, but there's a theme of travel. It could even be a partner has to travel away for work or commute for work or something around that, or a family member. But if you're going to travel, I would look out for what I've mentioned. And what happens with that is that you decide to look at the situation from what can you do with this lemonade. There seems to be like a positive twist to it that you see. If you're one of the Capricorns that feel a bit like a victim at this moment in time, it's not going to be working out for you. And this is only for a very few of you. I don't know why I'm getting that. If you're telling or planning on not telling the truth on what you mean with your intentions, the advice is to tell the truth, or even call someone out, even if it's challenging a concept they have. So I'll leave that with you. I think September eclipses, despite the heaviness, is easier on some signs, and I do think for you it's not the heaviest, which is good. And you're going to see and reflect on your routine of your health. Okay, you could be letting go of a career, a partner, a love partner, may get an opportunity to travel, a new job travel, or something for work. I do get that for you, Capricorn. I think there's going to be opportunities around you, but it's going to be down to you to grasp them, right? and your sense of expression is there to be purged. So again, I'm getting that energy for you. You might have held on to it. Or don't rush in with something, okay? Don't rush in with something like, oh, I'm going to do it now, and then rush in. There seems to be some of you might feel a bit erratic at a certain point in time in September. It could be because of like your moon sign sitting in a very affected place at the solar or lunar eclipse. But don't make hasty decisions to express and purge. Come in from a balanced approach. Some of you might come in from an approach of not expressing your emotions, but expressing a bit more logically or diligently. I've been guilty of this. Do you know when you're in the corporate world and then when you want to talk, it's not that I used to use corporate words, but I'd mask my emotions where you've got to show a bit more vulnerability. There's something that could be around that. I do think you need to open your heart and mind to those around you. People that see you respect you, by the way. So you might feel like, I'm wondering what these people are thinking, or even if not, they do respect you. I think some of you are having some traditional celebrations or something spiritual. There's a bit of a celebration here, or a watching. And some of you could be doing some charity work or some kind of service to others that's coming through. I feel like a child is in focus for you. But I also get an energy of someone younger than you. I don't necessarily mean this child. That seems to say they need your care. But at the same time, it's like if you're doing too much, sometimes you have to allow that person to fend for themselves and learn for themselves. And I think you need to realize that, or you are going to realize that. The same person basically could be playing on your emotions. I think you could feel like a bit of a creative block during a certain part of this month, and some of you might be feeling like you want to isolate or just be in your home energy or your own energy, not out there on the dance floor. Your intuition is on point. I would say follow your instincts. I think your perseverance on something or some things is going to pay off. Talks and expression this month is very helpful. Some of you may be wanting to isolate yourselves a bit more. Like I said, I do feel that energy. Success and accomplishment is coming through. There's the isolation card. There could be a shake-up, and I think this is around the emotions and the purging and whoever you might have a bit of a rift with. The universe is going to answer a prayer that you've felt like you've been, is it going to come, is it not going to come? And there is something like around priorities and time management that could be shaking like your routine a bit. But it seems like you get it all under control and you realize actually things are under control. Your advice is to take care of your health, bring into harmony of the relationships, open your heart to those that you love, and look after your health during this time. If it means you need rest, don't overdo it basically. Take that rest once you get a sign. Take your vitamin C if you need vitamin C. So that's what I get from you for you, Capricorn. Again, you can check your sun, moon, rising and Venus. But that's the energy I get for you. If you want these on a monthly basis, we can do them. They might not always hit truths on a monthly basis because obviously I'm doing for the sun and rising, and then just if the moon's there, then you can do that. And there's a lot of people. So like, subscribe, and come back and listen to it. We're a whole month ahead. And I will see you in the next one, Capricorn. Thank you for being here. Take care, stay blessed, and bye for now. Pisces. So Pisces, glow, good fortune. We are one of those signs that I'm getting your placeholder because I started talking. I'm going to put the timestamp where I see the placeholder, so I'm going to come back to what I was saying once I put your card. I'm going to put the moon card. It's not always what they say Pisces is. I do sometimes refer the moon to Pisces, so we're going to have the moon. I do think that there's a glow and there's good fortune, but there are some kind of dramatic ending, purging of emotions. And this could be you purging these endings, like purging unhealthy relationships, purging bad habits. Taking time for you and mindfulness is very important during this month, especially around the lunar eclipse, possibly the solar, but that one I feel is very heavy for some of us, like I said, if you've got the signs. I think you may be feeling like reflecting on if you are committing to the right people. Are you taking on responsibilities that feel good for you? Or are you just doing the responsibilities because you have to do those responsibilities? And I think that's going to be something that comes into your mind and you're reflecting on. You may be having a certain partnership in focus this month. With that, I also feel there could be, for some of you, a co-worker that triggers you or someone around you, and I feel like it's more a working environment, but I'm thinking for those of you that might be retired. But it also helps you purge. They're triggering you, but it helps you purge. I think if you're a female or you know a female Pisces, you could conceive during this time. Like there's a lot of female creativity and expression. Some of you are holding on to some resentment and quite a long time, and tension is coming with that, and you need to let it go. Let it go. It's not worth it. I think there's going to be some good financial information that benefits you that comes in. It could be a lucky win. It could be your partner strikes something lucky. There's an unexpected energy in finance and prosperity, and it could be even through a legal contract. You could be also ending a legal contract. But there's a contract that brings positivity as well. For those of you that are looking for a new home, or it's been in your energy for a few months, there's news about or information about a new home. I do see that. I think there's new dynamic and an energy in relationships. So there's a new kind of energy that comes in your relationships. Or even those of you that are single, a new relationship comes in, and with this relationships, I mean intimate, but I also mean there's new work partnerships and friendships that could arise. You may be more dependable, and you're holding yourself a bit more accountable in integrity. Avoid any deception around finances. Some of you could be thinking to travel. And a lot of you are realizing, or have realized, but it's coming again, that you want people who don't deplete you around you, people that make you feel good, that are motivating, nourishing, that are not deceptive. And I've had this in your readings in the past, so it's interesting that it's still coming up. So make sure you let me know how it's aligning with you right now. I do think in the first 2 weeks, so from the 1st of September until like we're in now, a core of a matter is coming up for you, and patience is rewarding and is going to make you feel more confident. That confident energy is going to help you make some kind of decision. Avoid deception, avoid acting out of ego, and the confidence is really going to help. There could also, during that though, still be a bit of pessimistic energy or feeling, something you're perceiving, and that's making you restless, sleepless. So here I would say, let things go. Don't overthink things. Don't ruminate on stuff. I do think that there could be an energy of it could be at work, but there could be some kind of competition or rivalry, but your patience, or eventually, not too long, is going to help you grow actually in this whatever the situation is. Self-discipline, so this is the pessimistic energy that was on. Self-discipline is going to help you expand what you want. You are powerful and strong, and you get things under control. And I feel that this is when you get that spark of confidence. If you feel like you need rest or your health is in focus, then get the rest that you need. Because continuing might make you feel a bit more murky in terms of what you're doing, where you're going, or what you're trying to get the answers to, or what you're overthinking on. So rest if you do need it, because you're reevaluating some kind of new phase. And I don't know if it's what you're purging, but also don't give up on something. That's really important for you to know. Something is heavy on your mind, but you're also not sure about it. And that's where the confidence is going to give you the energy to take that leap, like a leap of faith. And when you take that leap of faith, it's kind of like it's going to ease the tension that you're actually feeling. And some of you, this could just be around planning a trip or traveling or moving. Something, it could be around that. And it seems like once you have the confidence, you do the things that are right for you, that have these positive outcomes. Let's pull one or two more cards. There is definitely a new phase for you. There's definitely win around a contract, which I mentioned a contract in the channeling just now and I forgot what I said. There is definitely, those of you that are looking for a new job, I do think you get a new job. There is a new job here. There is a new contract, a new, a binding, positive thing that's coming through for you. Some of you, like I said, it could be around a home. So these are the themes that are coming up for you, Pisces. And do look out for your mental health during this time as well. And if you enjoy these, please do give them a like, and I will do them on a monthly basis for those signs that I believe want these readings. So having said that, take care of yourselves and bye for now. God bless.